This is the plaintiff, Mohammed Ghaffur. He says he went to the defendant, a psychic, and she told him he had a dark spot around him, and she would need $1,200 to clear it up. When he came back with the money, she had him place it in a book and then told him he would start feeling better very soon. Well, he never did. And in fact, he now feels worse because he realizes he was ripped off by the con artist. He's suing for $1,460, the amount he gave the defendant in total. This is the defendant, Teresa Yonko. She says she's been doing spiritual readings for 30 years, and the plaintiff came in to see her about 6 months ago. He wanted to create a magic spell so women would be attracted to him and want to be with him. She doesn't do that sort of thing, never took any money from the guy, and is very confused by this lawsuit, to say the least. She's accused of being psychedelic.
All parties, please raise your right hands. Be seated and come to order, please. Litigants have next one, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. All right, Mr. Ghaffur, you are suing your former psychic, Ms. Yonko, for $1,460 that you say she essentially extorted from you in order to remove the black cloud.
Yes.
Under which you traveled, and she did not do so. Okay, talk to me. Tell me what's going on.
On the 7th of June, 2010, I went to Teresa. And she told me to go to the store and buy a white towel, 3 handkerchiefs, and a tray of eggs.
For what?
That was what she told me. I went and I bought the eggs and the towel, and I came back. When I came back to her, she told me I gotta give her $20 for her reading.
Well, how much did you think you were going to pay for this psychic reading?
I paid her the $20.
Okay.
And she took 1 egg in a handkerchief and she passed it over my legs. And she take it and put it and burst it on the table. When she burst it, it had a spot inside. She said, I got to give her $260 more. I said that wasn't the agreement. The agreement was $20. You made me go and buy all these things. Then she told me, now when she finished there, she told me.
Wait, what did she say? What happened during the reading? Have you ever been to a reading before?
No.
Is this your first time?
First time.
And what made you go to a psychic? Like what?
I wasn't feeling well.
Physically?
Physically.
I might have gone to a doctor.
I went to the doctors.
And
they said nothing wrong to me.
Were you feeling depressed?
No, really. My legs was paining, man, and sometimes I can't stand on my legs.
And you went to a doctor, and the doctor said there's nothing wrong with you?
Yeah.
So you went to her. Who gave you the idea to go to a psychic?
I went to Queens one day, and I got the flyers in the train.
In the train? Somebody handed you? Okay.
The F train. I was going to Lefferts
The F
Boulevard.
train recommended her.
Yeah.
Okay. So you go to see her. It's $20. She sends you to the grocery store to get a couple of handkerchiefs, some eggs.
And a towel.
Okay, which was not her grocery list, but stuff she was going to use during the reading.
Right.
All right. And then she tells you, oh, you got a dark spot. That'll be another $200 and what?
$260.
Okay. Does she also tell you other things during that meeting?
She told me that she got to buy some things with the $260. And after that, she told me...
Buy some things for a more profound reading, or for...
Maybe.
For what, a cure?
She didn't told me what.
Well,
and she told me, after that, she told me I got to give her $1,200 more.
Wait. In the same moment, she tells you have to give her $200, and then she tells you have to give her $1,200?
$1,200 more for bury these eggs.
Well, that should have given you a good laugh. And that would have been worth the $20 right there. Because there's no medicine like laughter.
Yeah.
But not you. What did you do?
I told her I don't have that amount of money. I have to borrow this money.
Okay.
Yeah. I went, my mom's lent me $500, and a guy in
Did
Manhattan.
you tell her why you needed the money?
Yeah, I told my mom's.
And your mom thought it was a good idea?
Well, my mom's give me, and she said, when you get it, you can pay me back.
Okay.
Right? So a guy in Manhattan where I'm working, he lent me the $500 more.
Did you tell him why you needed it?
Yeah, I told him.
What'd you say? I need $500 because...
To go and look after myself.
That's all you said?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't say because a psychic told me that if I pay her that, she'll get the spot out of the egg.
No.
Okay, so you come back to her, and after first you gave her the 20.
Yeah.
Then you paid her how much?
$1,200, 3 weeks after.
Okay, so you come back.
End in June.
All right, and you pay her $1,200, and what?
Yeah,
why did you do that? Why?
Well, really, in my country, when I was in my country.
What is your country?
Guyana.
Guyana.
Yeah. So, my wife and I divorced her, you know, and she was so wicked. She stole my license and all kind of thing in my country. So, you know, I get more suspicious of her.
Right.
So that's why I went to check at Teresa.
But what made you think Teresa had the answers? That's the part I'm asking. What was it she said to you that made you think she could solve your problems?
She said, don't take worry, she will solve it.
Okay.
She would solve it.
And you wanted to believe her. So you brought her $1,200 more dollars.
Yeah.
So now it's $1,400. What's the other?
$1,460.
The other $60 comes from what?
No, the $260 I gave her before. Well, the 24.
Then when she saw that you gave her $260, then she asked for $1,200 more?
Yeah, she said she got to bury the egg.
Well, what happened when you gave her the $1,200? She said she had a what?
She had to bury the egg.
The egg?
With a spot. She had to pay somebody to bury it.
Why don't you just bury it yourself?
She didn't give me.
Okay, so she has to pay someone to bury the egg.
Eggs, $1,200.
Okay, so go on.
Yeah. So, about...
So you come with the $1,200 and what happens?
I give her.
She takes it.
Yeah.
And she says what to you?
She said, all right, I'm going to look after this thing and you're going to feel better. I went home 3-4 days after, not feeling well.
Go on.
I call her. When I call her, she said, you don't believe in me? You're going to feel better. You're going to feel better. I went one day by her. She gave me one of the bottle.
Okay.
Right? She gave me to rub on my penis and it burned me. I call her.
Why to rub on your penis?
Yeah. I called her and told her that this thing burning, I can't use it. She said, you have to use it. You have to use it.
Why on your penis?
That is what she told me. So she gave me 2 bottles. Right? And I didn't use it. I didn't use it.
And then what?
Then I didn't use it. So when I call her, she called me. I called her. I told her, I'm feeling well. You better give me back my money.
And she said,
called me. She said she don't have time to talk to me. She have to go out. About 2 days, I called her again. She said, come next Friday.
And she'd give you your money back?
Yeah, I asked her for my money. When I went next Friday, she said she daughter in hospital. She can talk to me again.
Okay.
And I did not call her back, or I did not tell her anything.
You filed a lawsuit.
I filed a lawsuit. Then I called her on the 29th of September.
And?
I told her, where is my money? She started yelling on the phone. And I just put on the phone, and I do what I have to do.
What is going on?
What is going on? I meet a lot of people in my business. And
what is your business?
I do spiritual readings.
Okay, and what does that mean?
Well, I tell them their past, their present, their future. Well, clearly for entertainment reasons.
Clearly for entertainment?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so tell me, why is it for entertainment?
Well, some people want to know.
Do you have a gift or don't you have a gift?
No, it's, I tell them things they want. That's what I do for side living.
I don't understand.
But that's
Whenever I've spoken to psychics before, what the psychics tell me is I have a gift, and so I can do this and I can do that. You're telling me you are an entertainer.
Yes.
So you are not a person who feels that they have a gift.
No.
Not in the slightest.
Not in the slightest.
So you just take people for money.
Well, it's for $20, not for $1,460.
Let me see the advertisement. So what happened here?
What happened? He came over. I read for him. I told him a few things. I told him his past, his present. And then he kept telling me he needs...
Well, how are you able to tell him his past?
Well, I read for him.
I don't understand. How are you able to tell him his past? Do you have a gift? Do you feel you have a
sometimes
sense,
yeah, when you meet
sense
yeah,
of
I
something,
do, yeah.
and that you're able to tell
I tell him a few things, and then he agrees.
Like, what did you tell him about his past?
Well, I told him he has problems, and I told him how he's going through his problems, and he's got a lot of women problems.
Can you read me?
Could I read you?
Read me. Tell me about my past.
Seriously.
I'm serious. I'm serious.
No,
with
I
a heart
can't
attack.
read you right now.
Because you don't have a gift?
No,
or
I'm a
because
little
making you
nervous, and just too much is going on right now.
Because I'm a skeptic?
Yeah.
Oh, here's not one, but two crosses for good measure. 2 crosses. Readings by Teresa. Don't give up. Guaranteed results in 24 hours. This southern-born spiritualist who brings to you the solutions to the mysteries of the Deep South seeks to help many thousands of people who have been crossed, have spells, can't hold money, want luck, want their loved ones back, want to stop nature problems, or want to get rid of strange sickness. You are seeking a surefire woman to do for you the things that are needed, or wish to gain financial aid, or peace, love, and prosperity in the home. You need to see this woman of God today. Woman of God, no less. There is a doctor of all doctors. This doctor is God. That's blasphemous. Thousands of people are amazed at the results. Well, you certainly sound like a charlatan in this. It sounds like you're trying to rook desperate people of their money. Why should I believe that all that he paid you was $20? Tell me about that.
Why should you
What did he
believe?
ask you for? Like, why was he there? Did he tell you why?
He came in, he told me he had sexual problems. He came in, and then he told me he wants me to help him to conjure up a spell, to have all women love him, and for him to have, excuse me for what I say, sex with every woman that he can.
To have women not be able to resist it.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I told him I couldn't do things like that.
Okay.
And then I told him, it's something I can't do. I read for you, and that's it. You just go on.
Were there eggs?
There were no eggs. I don't know where he's getting this from.
So there were no eggs?
No, there were no eggs.
Yeah.
There were no things like that.
You're lying.
No, I'm not lying.
Okay, so why do you
White.
suppose
I'm
that
not
he has
lying.
this lawsuit against you? What would he have against you? if
Because
you
he
gave him
wanted
his
sexual
$20 worth?
favors. He thought I was some kind of massage person. He wanted sexual things. And I told him to leave me
back
alone.
it up, I missed it. What?
He thought I was some kind of, could do sexual things for him.
You
favors.
personally?
Yeah.
Or you mean put a spell?
Well, I don't know. Put a spell personally. Maybe he liked me. I don't know. He kept calling me.
He kept calling you and saying what?
Why can't you help me? Why can't you conjure up
I
a
never
spell
said
for
so.
me?
Hold on,
Why
let her
can't
talk.
you do things for me? I told him I couldn't
Why can't
be
you do
bothered.
what for me?
Conjure up, cure me, give me a spell.
Did he complain
help
about a leg
me.
pain?
No, he did not complain about no leg pain. No, it was not no leg pain. It was a sexual problem. Not
Because he
complain.
wanted you and you would not succumb to his...
not fulfill his needs
Personally.
personally. Yeah.
How
So
come
then
you
he
didn't say
got
that in the
angry.
answer to the complaint? You never said anything about him wanting you to sexually please him.
Well, I didn't thought of it.
You didn't think of it till right now?
No, I just remembered because it's been a while ago, and I
know.
tend
Whenever
to
someone
forget
comes
things.
on to me, I totally forget. Someone who's
Well,
suing
it
me
wasn't
because
like
they came
really
on to me and I didn't
coming on.
respond.
It was, you know-
It's amazing how that slips my... How does that slip your mind if that really happened and that's not
Because
something
he
you're
really
making up
asked
now
me.
to try to make your case
he
better?
really did ask me to conjure up a spell for his sexual problem.
Who's the gentleman who's with you? Come on up.
That's my husband.
Come on up. How long has your wife been doing this?
It's approximately about 30 years.
30 years.
Yes.
When you met her, was she doing it?
Yes. She has been inherited from her grandmother. Daughter, mother.
It's a business I've been doing for a long time.
You don't even know if you have any talent, though. You're telling it's clearly entertainment value.
No.
I don't even...
Well,
I'm not following that.
That's what it is. What it is.
So let me just ask you, why do you suppose he would make up such
Because
an
he was
intricate
angry with
story
me.
about you?
That's why he was angry, because I couldn't conjure up this ridiculous spell he wanted.
You don't
and
think
I
that
couldn't
that
help
story
him.
that you're saying to me right now sounds ridiculous? The story you're saying right now. Because I got two problems. Number one, what you're saying is very far-fetched. That someone would go to court, file a lawsuit against you, and pick on you because you couldn't provide for him a spell where he could conquer all women. Okay. And number two, if I got to choose between... I think he's foolish, but I'm more worried about you being a crook. And if I got to decide if you're a crook or not, When I look at this,
I know that makes me look like a crook.
Oh, I'll say it makes you look like a
makes
total
But just because what it says
who not only preys upon the desperate, but uses God's name in an incredibly blasphemous fashion all over to try to not just hook him in his desperation, but hook him in his faith. Look, there are people who believe in this. There are people who don't believe in this. There are people who claim they don't believe in this, but as we say in Spanish, yo no creo en eso, pero le tengo mi respeto. I don't believe in that, but I've got my respect just in case, okay? But this really worries me. This worries me. Court is in recess.
And welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So, do you guys believe in psychics?
No, I do not.
Why?
I don't think anyone can read anyone else's mind.
Really? Nobody has that gift?
I think it might be body language and communication. So
Really?
I think it could be possible.
Anybody think that somebody could have the gift of being a psychic, where they could actually...
You know, I actually think that somebody can have it, but I think there's a lot of unexplainable things in this world, so...
But are there some people who have it? Some people who have the gift?
I determine my own destiny.
Okay. I kind of believe in it a little bit, but with very few people. There's just weird things going on. But that's just me, going inside the courtroom.
Let me see those potions. Tell me about the potions.
Did you open those?
No.
Oh, let me show you.
I
I don't want that burning sensation.
You were going to take it with your hands from the table, right?
I ain't taking no chances.
Well, now that you mention it, now that tell me about the potions. What are these?
Those are potions.
But I know.
It says love. I don't know which one he has though.
Which ones did you give him?
I don't remember.
Okay, one of them is like sort of erased. I can't see what it says. The other one says align chakras. So tell me about that.
Yeah. Well, it's supposed to align his chakra, give him peace.
Which means what?
Give him peace.
And what do you sell these for?
Those are $5 a piece.
Okay. And did you include this, or did you charge him $5 a piece for these?
No, I included it. So he could go on.
So he could.
Yeah. So he could go on and not call me anymore. I was tired of him calling me.
Tell me about him coming to see you after the first reading.
He came to see me after the first reading, and he told me, "Could you do something for me? Could you help me? Could you clear me? Because I still have problems." And I told him to go on. I'll give you these little things and try this and see what happens.
And why is he telling you I still have problems?
Because that's what he's telling me. There's
right,
nothing
but that implies that you had done something to solve his problems, and you're saying that you told him from the beginning the only problem he ever talked to you about was having sexual prowessness, and that you told him, I can't help you with that. I can't make a spell to have every woman in your path fall in love. So in order,
because like I told you, in my business... So
what problems was he still having?
I have a lot of people who call me and tell me all kinds of things and wanting for me to do all kinds of things for them.
Okay, when you said, can he prove it, I assume you don't give out receipts, do you?
Receipts for what? For $20?
And, yeah.
No.
And the people you borrowed the money from, did they give you an affidavit for court today?
No.
Okay. Why didn't you get an affidavit from them?
I didn't know.
Okay. Have you gone back? Do you still have this pain in your leg?
Not really.
When did the pain go away?
The pain goes and comes.
Okay. Are you under a doctor's care?
Yeah, well, really.
Yeah, but really what?
I'm taking some treatment from the doctor.
What is it that you have?
Yeah, he told me like I catch cold in the legs because I'm working in the nights. And you
gotta change doctors too.
Well, no, that is my doctor.
Have you been to another psychic since this?
No.
Have you paid those people back?
Yeah, I pay my mom's, I pay back the guy because he said he had to pay car rent and he had to pay for his car.
Okay. You know, in any case that comes in front of me, I've got to decide whether I believe that the plaintiff has sustained the burden of proving that it's more likely than not the way the person's saying. And I got to tell you, this is the nail on the coffin for me, because this is not psychic readings $20. This is trying to take a desperate person in who you think might be a source of income for you. And my gut And I think my gut is right. I may not have a sixth sense, but I got a gut, and I think my gut is really right here. And I'm ruling in favor of the plaintiff, $1,460.
Thank you, Judge.
Well, I don't know if she could see that coming or not, but the defendant has lost his case. Step on in here. What's your comment about the outcome?
I felt like I was just taken over by, how you call that? Because racist. That's the way I felt, like she was racist.
About how, in what sense?
Because she kept telling me what I was wrong because I had a paper. I felt like I was against. She was racist.
Are you going to change the way you advertise? Change?
Yeah,
What are you going to change about your flyer?
I'm going to change my advertisement. Yeah.
What are you going to change about it?
I'll figure it out when I'm ready.
Okay. What's actually in the stuff that you had him rub on himself there? What is in it? What's in it? What are the ingredients?
I don't know. I buy them from people. People sell them to me.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Right down this way. Okay. Okay, so step on in her. And what are you thinking about this whole thing now?
This is a rip-off. She's a rip-off.
She is?
A rip-off.
How did you get...
I went with the train to Queens Boulevard, and a guy was giving this thing in the train.
Are you embarrassed by this?
I'm very embarrassed because she's lying plenty.
Yeah.
She collect $20 for me for the reading. She sent me to buy eggs and towel and kerchief.
Yeah, I know. And I heard the case. Yeah. What about the black cloud that's over you? You still feel it?
Not a black cloud in the egg. She showed me that he had a black spot in the egg. And she lied. She said, I never went and
So you think the spell that you went to her for at the beginning, you think it's gone now?
No.
Cured? You still feel it?
No.
You still have it?
Only God help.
Harvey?
No.
Okay, Kurt, you know what? Sometimes it's a good idea when you have kind of an offbeat purchase to run it by somebody else, just to make sure it's not a stupid idea. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.